started trying to breathe, and then I started trying to not ugly cry. You feel free to be yourself, and your personality can just flow. If you can get these 3 things right, then you are completely off to the races in 2025, and your channel will explode. Trick number 1 is to lean in and talk to the camera as if you're sharing some juicy gossip or story that you really want that person to hear. You don't want to see the glazed look in their eyes. You don't want to see them look around. You definitely don't want to see them pull their phone out. We all know what that glazed look in the eye is. Yes, there's a learning curve, but I want to shorten that learning curve for you. What can you do when you recognize that you have been speaking in a flat, monotone kind of way? One of them is to screen record yourself while you're in a FaceTime kind of call and just see how you are naturally flowing. You're in the zone. Your conversation is flowing. You've got vocal variety. You're speaking more loudly sometimes. You're speaking more quietly sometimes. Sometimes you're speaking really quickly, and other times you're speaking more deliberately. Or you can video yourself telling a funny story, just you to camera, and yeah, no one's going to see this. You're not going to publish that. Or even you can just record yourself on your audio, on your phone, telling something about your day, something really crummy about your day. That's an idea. Maddening that happened today. Because when do we get animated? We get animated when something's really cool, and we get animated when something is really uncool. Crummy, crummy, crummy. Just in case you're feeling a little bit of pressure to come up with something funny. I know, it's kind of like when someone says, tell a joke. If I've ever heard that, I worry. I worry about the person who even comes up with that. I don't even know what people are thinking when they say, I've got a joke. Those are brave people. Just saying, right? When you look at that video, you'll be able to see how quickly you speak, how slowly you speak. When do you raise your voice and you get a little bit louder, and when you get a little bit quieter. When you pause, and what does a pause do? And sometimes you don't want to pause. You just keep on talking because you need to keep rollicking the story through, and the person, and they're listening, and you're making the eye contact, and you're letting them know, yes, we're getting there, the payoff's coming soon, and this thing happened and that thing happened, and no way. And you're just going to go, yeah. Tell me, do you know when you've done a good job telling a story? By recording yourself and having a look back at it, you'll just get to see yourself being normal with friends, not a cold camera sort of experience. What's the pacing like? Sometimes you go up, sometimes you go down. If you find yourself saying lots of ums or ahs, just cut them out. It's better to force yourself not to say them rather than rely on cutting them out and editing. I know that one of my vocal tics is so, and I will go, so, blah, blah, blah. I learned to cut that out in editing. Just cut it out from your vocabulary because it's one less thing to think about when you're editing. I was just about to say so. And then all of that stuff, just cut it out. Here's a tip. If you find yourself using those vocal filler types of words, as soon as you notice that you've gone and said one, just stop speaking and just say it again. Whatever it was that you just delivered to the camera, just say it again. So it's these qualities that you want to bring to your video production each and every time. You're a fascinating human being, but you need to bring yourself to your videos. Don't leave your natural effervescence at the door. The best parts of your personality, okay? You need to bring them into the space where you're filming. If you need to say to yourself when you're at the doorway of the room that you're going to be doing your filming in, natural effervescence, sparkling personality, I need you to come with me in this video, okay? Because you are featuring on this video. So now you are heading to your filming spot and you are getting ready to press record, which brings us to the next trick that you need to use and abuse, which is get yourself as comfortable as possible before you start filming, because this allows you to feel confident. And when you feel confident while you're filming, this will help give you screen presence. So let's have a little chat about confidence and why we don't just want to feel comfortable, but comfortable plus plus. Quick segue, I do like to feel comfortable while I'm filming. So I heard this definition from the brilliant Chase Hughes, who tells his operatives to regularly challenge themselves to out-comfort everyone in the room. This is the best explanation I've ever heard about where confidence comes from. Chase says, confidence is about comfort and a generalized expectation of positive outcomes. Now, I don't think of myself as the most confident person around, but I think I do tend to move around in life being fairly confident and pretty comfortable in my own skin, and I do have a generalized expectation of positive outcomes. I love this definition. It's amazing. Are you a fan of Chase Hughes? That guy. Quick side story. Late last year, just before Christmas, I was disestablished from a job that I really, really loved. It was the first time that I had not made it through a restructure. I really liked the people that I worked with. I loved a lot about the business and the brand. Working in this role, I felt like at this stage of my career, I'd really made it because I'd managed to shift sideways from the usual kinds of roles that I was working in, and super clever people, really successful people. And I really felt that I was running with the in crowd. I felt like Simba, you know, the Lion King, Simba. It sounds ridiculous to even say the in crowd stuff because really it reveals my insecurities about myself. I don't know. Are they even overrated? Is the in crowd overrated? I don't know. I served these people with a servant heart mentality, and actually servant heart was on my job description, and it was a term, a phrase that was talked about at length in my job interviews. And it was fair enough because my manager, she looked after her people with a servant heart. So I was called in to a restructure proposal meeting just with my manager and with the owner of the company, and I remember saying, I'm totally up for change, sounds great. So I do remember asking a few pointed questions, trying to understand, where does that leave me? Am I going to be getting any of these jobs, or might I just run out of chairs in the game of musical chairs that we're about to play in a week's time? Because that's about it, isn't it? You normally get about a week. Nothing is a foregone conclusion. All the minds are open. They are way open. Everyone's minds are really open to something that they might have missed in the restructure proposal. So after that meeting, I remember going off for a walk to my car, opening the Calm app on my phone, and I had a choice of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Do you know the Calm app? You can choose how many minutes you think you'll need to calm down and get on top of your little anxiety attack or something. I don't think I need the 5 minutes. I think this is more than the 10 minutes. I just want to nail this. I need the 15 minutes. I hit the 15-minute and I lay back in my car and I shut my eyes and I started trying to breathe, and then I started trying to not ugly cry because I was feeling very sad, personally rejected. I do want to really acknowledge that at this stage of my career, to have made it through restructures, I'm very, very lucky, and I don't know how I've made it through restructures up to this point in time, because I know that a lot of people just strike a bit of bad luck, and I just felt completely suki lala about the whole thing. So anyway, listened to this Calm app, and I just walked calmly back to the office, and I think that's just with a nice calm breathing, fresh air. All of that is to say that I usually like to preach control the controllables. And when I hear people panicking about what government, what party is going to be winning the election and what party is in government right now, and they stress about it, and I think, are you really going to do this for the next 3 or 4 years? So I'm the first one to preach it, sister, and say, why are you stressing about that? You know what I mean? So anyway, I did see the writing on the wall. I thought that the restructure proposal was going to be good overall for the business. And so, that was just all a little bit of a sad moment for me. The point is that I realized the only thing that I could control was my response. And I couldn't just be the little 12-year-old inside my body, just feeling a bit betrayed, really upset, angry, taking it really, really personal, because I could see that everyone else was in line for a promotion. But dude, being at work up until the day that I left the building, and my swipe cards and all those things just demagnetized. I mean, honestly, it was my first big knock. I know so many people have had a lot of knocks, are saying that one of my sons says, and he just goes, it's just a job. Every job is just a job. And guess what, Mum? We're all floating on a rock through the universe. So I just really wanted to keep my dignity at work. You know, I have to say, I gave myself points for that, actually. Like, in all honesty, I did give myself points for that. I thought that I was being super mature. Coming back to Chase's definition of how confidence is about a generalized expectation of positive outcomes, I just knew inside myself that ultimately I would be okay. So challenge yourself to outcomfort everyone in a room. Next time you're in a work meeting, next time you're in your office or in a social setting, make the plan in your head before you go. I'm just going to really just comfort it all the way up and out and see how that goes. Also notice other people who look super comfortable and give off good vibes. It's really important to give yourself permission to be comfortable, to be confident, and expect good outcomes for yourself. Something else that I tend to do is I make myself at home pretty much most places that I go to. Maybe the doctor's surgery I don't know. I'm trying to think of times when I don't make myself at home. If someone does ever say to me, make yourself at home, I'm the first person. I'm in their fridge, man. I'm grabbing the little cuddly blanket on the sofa and just making myself feel a little bit warmer if I feel a bit cold. And I love it when people feel that comfortable around me. But I've noticed that what it does look like is I will physically take up space when I'm standing or sitting somewhere, and I will kind of spread my detritus around the place. I'm comfortable spreading out my stuff, and I hope that you are too, because, it just looks like you are comfortable in your own skin, and if you are comfortable, other people will be comfortable around you. Which leads us to number 3, which is to lean all the way in to what makes you unique. All your quirks. We've all got pimples. We all have bad hair days. Whatever it is about your personality that makes you unique, that makes you stand out, lean right into that when you are making videos. Good news, high school is over. No one else is you, and you are your superpower. No one else can copy you. No one else has a jot on what you do and who you are. Which leads me to talk about when you get trolled. I like what Gary Vee says, and he said, when you get trolled, instead of being angry at that person, face it with compassion. What is it about that person's day, their life, all of their past that gives that person something that feeds them, that they would take the time out of their day to write something nasty to you? As Obama said, he doesn't let himself get too high, doesn't let himself get too low. You could imagine him saying that. He just likes to keep it somewhere in the middle. And you know what? I do not think that is bad advice. If you struggle with speaking in a monotone kind of way, you're speaking a lot slower than what you would normally, a great solution to this is to hit record and to do exactly that. Set out to be your most boring, personality-less self. Like if your personality just gathered itself up from all the way inside your soul and left your body, if you're old enough to remember the Ghost movie, if your personality left your body, I want you to make a video and I want you to exaggerate that in your video. Lean all the way into speaking in that kind of way. Just do it. Watch it. Got that out of my system. After that, just pick up the pace a little bit more, speak a little bit more naturally. Know that you are going to be editing out all the stop bits. Here's another really good tip. I hit record and I don't do stop starts so that I've only got one or maybe two big pieces of filming. And I think it actually breaks the flow when you have to keep on stopping and starting, because for me personally, I notice that every time I stop and start again, I can just be about 3 steps back in my energy journey while I'm filming videos. But if I just keep it playing, I just feel completely free to just have fun with it, take some risks in the way that you say things. If you fumble, just repeat it again. Nobody cares. You're going to edit it out. No. Don't do that to yourself. I have done that and wasted a lot of time. And the other point is that if we, instead of talking in waves like this, and we try and like squish it down and just kind of flatten ourselves out, and we just sort of keep it sort of fairly even in here, then there is nothing about your channel or your videos that will make you stand out. And I think there's a lot of people on YouTube who are still working on camera presence and bringing themselves to their videos. If you're just doing that same thing too, then you are risking being samey, and there's no reason why anyone should watch your videos. They can click off your video and go and get the information that you're promising to share from another video where that creator is a few steps ahead in their journey. You do you, boo, because your tribe will find you and they'll love you for it. But the quicker you develop your camera presence, the more people will stay and watch your videos for you and for your content. That's what we're here for, right? Not to mention, where's job security, guys? I don't even need to say it. Job security is blank. The fact is, I want you to get to your first 20 videos. When you get to 20 videos, you can get to 30, 40, and 50 videos. The more videos you make, the better camera presence you'll have. You'll just be super loose by the time you're at your 100. You're going to be waking up in the morning, not even brushing your teeth or going to the bathroom, and you're just going to be so famous that your audience will love you for just like waking up and just going, hi, this is my really natural video. How is it, guys? I'm not using a teleprompter. I just feel like so ugly, like any makeup on, and just no one's going to be watching this video because I'm just looking so ugly right now. And it's just all good, guys. You can do that too. So anyway, that's not me. I'm not doing that, right? Okay. What trick do you like the best? And what do you do to keep on getting better at your camera presence?